During the construction of Hoover Dam project, 112 men died. The first was on December 20, 1922, and his name was J.K. Tyerney. The last was on December 20, 1935, 13 years to the day Patrick Tyerney died. He was J.G.'s son. In Detroit in the 1930s, a baby fell from a window on a man named Joseph Figlock. Fortunately, none was harmed. An year later, the same baby fell from the same window on the same man, Figlock, and again, none was harmed. To this day, no one knows what the mother was doing but the times her son fell. In 1660, a ship sank in Dover Straits. The only survivor was named Hugh Williams. In 1767, a second ship sank in the Dover Straits. The only survivor was named Hugh Williams. In 1820, a ship capsized on Thames. The only survivor was named Hugh Williams. In 1940, a ship was destroyed by a German mine. Only two men survived, a man and his nephew. Both were named James Hamilton. I'm joking. Hugh Williams. We all know about Hitler and Napoleon. Napoleon and Hitler were born 129 years apart. Both of them came into power 129 years apart. Both of the men declared war on Russia 129 years apart, and they were defeated 129 years apart. Unfortunately, they did not die 129 years apart. These two are probably the most beloved American presidents, but they have very, very similar coincidences. Abraham Lincoln was elected to Congress in 1846, while John F. Kennedy was elected to Congress in 1946. Abraham Lincoln was elected president in 1860, while John F. Kennedy was elected president in 1960. Lincoln and Kennedy's name each contain 7 letters in their name. Creepy? No, there is more to come. Both were shot in the back of their heads in the presence of their wives. Both presidents were shot on a Friday. Lincoln was shot in Ford Theater, while Kennedy was shot in a Lincoln made by Ford. Lincoln was shot in a theater and his assassin ran and hid in a warehouse, while Kennedy was shot from a warehouse and his assassin ran and hid in a theater. Both presidents were succeeded by Southerners named Johnson. Not many of us know about Fidel Castro, but Fidel Castro was the former Cuban president. In February 1960, Cuba signed a trade agreement to buy oil from Soviet Union and establish diplomatic relations with Russia, which in turn caused friction between US and Cuba. The Cuban president was asked in 1963 when he thinks diplomatic ties with America would re-establish, and he said, "When America has a black president and the world has a Latin American pope, which is happening right now in 2015. America has Barack Obama, who is a black president, while the world has Pope Francis, who is a Latin American Pope Francis, and relationships between the US and Cuba is starting to look bright towards the future."